Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming here to bring you the juice, and like I told you before, I do the juice, I don't do the tea. And when I bring you the juice, I bring it to you freshly squeezed. Do me a favor guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button underneath your video, tap on that notification bell, and leave me a comment in the comment section. I did an interview guys earlier this week, and it was called What's Next? Will we get justice for Shanquella? And we're still trying to do that, guys. We want to keep the story out there, keep everything going, because we feel like this was a tragedy and that we need justice for this young woman. Of course, we don't know what's going on, guys, but it looks like Shanquella's case is trying to go cold, because it don't seem to me as though, and this is just my opinion, a whole lot is being done to try to get this case to justice. Now, sources say that they are working on the case, but sometimes things make you wonder. In an interview last night that I saw with the investigative reporter from Mexico, he said some things that kind of concerned me. One of them was that they still have not been able to get any of the members of the Cabo Five over there to talk to them. And it kind of sounded like they may be just trying to throw their hands up and throw in the towel, because the case is kind of, behind and seems like it's growing cold. Now, I've heard sources complain that the U.S. is not doing what they should be doing, the FBI is not doing what they should be doing, and that Mexico was doing everything and was getting their stuff in order, and that Mexico was upset with the United States because they felt that the United States was the side that was dragging its feet as far as trying to get any kind of anybody held accountable for what went on here with Shanquella. The investigative reporter reiterated that there was a warrant, but the warrant was only for one person, and that would have been the person that they considered the direct aggressor. And so far, the only person we've seen that we could consider the direct aggressor would be Dejanay Jackson. They're saying that they need to speak with her before they can make arrangements to try to see if there's anybody else that needs to be charged. But we're not sure if they're holding her on a provisional warrant, or if that she's out just, scot-free living her life. We don't know for sure. We haven't seen her surface anywhere. But with the investigative reporter interview last night, some other things that he said kind of concerned me. He made remarks about the day that all of the events happened, and he basically said that the maid found her in the room and that they called for medical help, and that when the doctor arrived, that the doctor was told that Shanquella had drank a lot of alcohol, and that they felt that she was sick from alcohol poisoning. And she said, well, she's saying now that had she known the truth, and had she known that that Shanquella had been attacked, that she could have treated things a little differently, especially when it came to the CPR, because she was saying that had she known that she had been beaten, she would have done a further exam and possibly could have found the fact that she had been beaten, and that she did have the issue with the cracked spine and the fractured neck. But she said that none of the members of the Cabo 6 seen here made any mention of anything going on as far as a fight or as far as the attack was concerned. So bottom line is basically after she was told it was alcohol poisoning, she didn't even really look to see if there was anything else going on. She just immediately started treating her, for alcohol poisoning that day in the villa in this beautiful living room where Shanquella was lying on the floor being treated. Now, the doctor herself had aid from two American Red Cross EMS workers, and I don't think that there's been a statement from those guys yet that I'm aware of. But during the time that the treatment was going on, she basically said that she had given Shanquella CPR when she realized that her breathing had slowed. And she said had she known from the beginning that she would have treated things differently, like when she did the CPR, that is very, very, very much pressure that has to be applied, and that had she known that there was a neck injury, she would have put her in a neck brace, because the CPR actually makes the next situation worse. So guys, it sounds kind of to me as though she may be setting herself up with an alibi, or at least a reason for herself not to be prosecuted, because if she wasn't aware and there was a possibility that Shanquella had the cracked neck and the fractured spine, and that making the CPR would only make things worse, it would make it appear that maybe she could have been liable as well for some of the damage that was done to Shanquella. And I'm sure that there were other things that she should have checked for, and I really hope that she did check for these other things. But right now, the only thing that she was saying was that she was going by what they told her, and that she was treating her for alcohol poisoning. So I don't think that helps, guys. And that may be a way that she can actually get off of these charges. Now, sources are saying that there is a possibility that each of the officials in Mexico, the law enforcement officials and the medical doctor and the medical officials, could also just walk away from being charged with any crime related to this. But I think even if the EMS workers and the police officers, if they weren't involved in some other things that they've been alleged to have been involved in, like Shanquella's money, if they are allowed to not be held accountable for what went on that day in that villa, that at least the doctor should be looked at more seriously for charges, because it's alleged that Shanquella had lacerations to her face and that she had a busted lip, and I don't think that those would have been injuries that would have been the result of alcohol poisoning. I want you guys to leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know how you feel about it. And those should have been looked at more seriously. Once those bruises and those lacerations showed up, things should have been looked at differently than alcohol poisoning. And it looks like it is just my opinion that the mindset of the Mexican officials is that why should the doctor be charged with any crime when she only reacted to what was told to her? So, if she was told alcohol poisoning and she administered medical care related to alcohol poisoning and not anything else, then it wasn't her fault that she wasn't told the truth by the Cabo Six, which really concerns me. Now, there's a lot of people saying that the FBI is not doing enough and that they need to do a more thorough investigation, that the Cabo Six needs to at least be spoken to, and we don't know whether they have been spoken to yet or not. But they're saying that more should be done, and that with the United States not doing anything, why should Mexico go out of their way? Because it's not their citizen who crossed over, it was a U.S. citizen, and they need the U.S. help in order to be able to prosecute their case. So if they are not getting cooperation from the U.S., and I don't know whether they are or not, because we don't know who's doing what. One of the fathers of the Idaho 4 students who were crossed over and now the suspect has been arrested said that they all felt as well that nothing was going on and that no one was doing anything with the case, and then all of a sudden one day they just popped up and had him. So who's to say that that's not the same thing that's going on here with SHANQUELLA's case? Eventually one day we might look up and they are hauling somebody off to be held accountable. But we do have to look at, guys, that the police officers, the EMS, the doctor, the people, the nurse, the maid, the people that were present at the villa during the time that they were working on SHANQUELLA, they are all citizens of Mexico. And most countries do protect their own. And with things going the way they're going, and if the United States really is dragging their feet, and like I said, guys, I don't know, then why would they go out of their way to try to prosecute somebody for what happened to an American citizen in their country when the Americans aren't doing their part, their side, in order for to get them there so they can prosecute them? And they also saying it's also a possibility that most members of the Cabo Six won't be held accountable either. How true this is, I don't know. It's all alleged. But the source did say that the only person that Mexico was really seriously looking at right now was the person who was the direct attacker, and we, from watching the video, can only say that that would be Dejanay. That they want to talk to the other ones, but that right now that they're only pursuing Dejanay, and we know that because they only got a arrest warrant for just her. And we assume, too, that it's just her because of her being considered the direct aggressor. But now I do say that even if they don't prosecute any of the Mexican citizens in the death of SHANQUELLA, and they have done an investigation, and when they did this investigation, if they found, because we don't know what was found, if they found that there was money exchanged and that the Cabo Six was allowed to leave because they were going to do it all as a cover-up and try to leave it as it was, and then things became different with the autopsy, then will they be looked at for any of those charges? If anyone took even $1 out of that money or did anything to help cover this up, or if they were in any way involved with stealing, bribing, taking bribes, or whatever, and lying to help out in a cover-up, then I feel, and this is just my opinion, that they too should be looked at. If they can't be looked at for murder, then be looked at for bribery charges, credit card fraud, anything that they could possibly get them on as far as that type of stuff, even if it's only just civil. Now, guys, we can't let this case go cold on us. We got to get justice for SHANQUELLA. So we need to keep everything going. We need to still drop the videos. We need to still try to get any information that we can out there. as soon as we can get it out there, because this young lady deserves to have justice. And we cannot allow this case to go cold and let both countries turn their back on this situation. So guys, let's continue to do what we're doing. Let's also continue to keep the family in prayer as we seek justice for this beautiful young lady. And guys, I need you to leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are about this, and how would you feel if they are not charged. How would you feel if nobody did any time or got into any trouble at all? None of them, the Cabo 6 or the medical personnel or anybody else, and that the only person that went down for this would be Dejanay. Would you feel that would be justice? Leave me a comment in the comment section and let me know. Thanks, guys. Now, if you didn't get a chance to subscribe to the channel at the beginning of the video, then I need you to go on and do that for me now. I need you to hit that subscribe button, the black and white one underneath your video, and I need you to tap on that notification bell so you can receive the notifications when the videos are updated and put out there. If you like the video or like the information in the video, then click on that like button and leave me a comment in the comment section about what your thoughts are. If you like the video at all, just give me your feedback on whatever it is that you're thinking, how you feel about this whole situation, and how you think you would feel if nobody at all paid a price, or if nobody but Dejanay was the person who ended up being held accountable. Thank you, guys. You know I got much love for you. Come back again. Thank you.